Administrators does it take? Just kidding.
All right, glad we solved that problem. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. My name is Jessica Ross. I'm the assistant principal of the high school. And we're really excited to see all of you here tonight and have this opportunity to share our scheduling process and our options with you. We appreciate your time, and we hope that this evening provides you with the information that you need to navigate your child's high school experience. Becky Quinn, our Director of Curriculum and Gifted Coordinator, is going to get us started for the evening. So thank you for coming.
Thanks, Jess. So first of all, who's invited this evening? Well, all families of current students in grades 6 through 11 were invited to come tonight. Additionally, we have with us this evening our high school counselors, and I'll ask them to give a wave really quick. Jennifer Newton, Samantha Hamilton, and is Carly with us? Carly Coos, there she is in the back. Our Director of Student Advancement, Jared Mullman, is in the back. We have a special guest who I wasn't expecting, Color Stewart in the back. Can you give a wave? He's our CCP course teacher at the high school, and you'll learn a little bit more about that, but he's here this evening as well. So why were you invited? Well, first off, the state of Ohio requires that every district in the state offers a CCP night opportunity to learn about CCP for all students currently in grades 6 through 11. Our district, we've decided to also at this time provide information about our advanced placement courses or AP courses and our Excel Tech programming too. So you'll learn about all of that this evening. While it's possible for a 7th grader to meet college eligibility to enroll in CCP coursework, and we have had 2 highly gifted students enrolled in CCP courses in the past few years, the value for most families in learning about this is really to inform future planning. As far as AP goes, AP World History is one of the courses that some of our students do take as early as 9th grade. So for some of you, this decision making is right around the corner. I think of tonight kind of like looking at an awesome menu before you go to a new restaurant. So hopefully your mouths are watering throughout the evening. For families of current students in grades 9 through 11, we hope to provide helpful information about options, about different processes, deadlines, and who can assist you if you have questions about different things. We want you to have this information because you more immediately are going to be using this information with your student. The intent is for each student to be able to select from the varied options available each year to meet their needs. One of the handouts that's in the back when you walked in, it's still inside here in the pack, actually Jared's pointing it out right now, has a list of questions on it, and they're just suggested questions for you to discuss with your student. I know because I'm a parent of 2 high schoolers and I've been a parent of middle schoolers, I know sometimes it's hard to get those conversations started about what is the right fit. So I'm hoping that these scripted questions might assist you in kind of going through some of the topics that are really important to making those decisions. And you can pull it out every year to have those discussions. So I'm hoping this is going to be beneficial for all of you.
So at this point in the school year, students have already received their course recommendations from their teachers. Your child has already had a class meeting with their counseling team, teaching them or reminding them of how they use Infinite Campus to make course selections. And the next step in our process is that each and every student will meet individually with their counselor in the coming weeks to review their course selections and finalize their course requests in Infinite Campus. From those course requests, that's how we build our schedule at the high school. It's based entirely on those requests. So please take your time now with your child to make sure that your schedule requests are accurate and that your child intends on taking those courses that are listed, okay? When your child meets with their counselor, together they will pay special attention to graduation requirements, the overall course load requirements for an honors diploma, if applicable, or even college admissions requirements. As your child builds their schedule, students and parents are strongly encouraged not to plan a course load with the idea that it can be adjusted later. I recommend looking at the policy for schedule changes. It's on page 3 of the course selection guide, just so that you know when changes are permitted and when they're not, so that you know the whole process. If at any point you don't agree with a course recommendation and want to explore the course override process, just also please be aware that there is a deadline of March 8th for that, and there's a form and a process, and please just reach out to your counselor if you have any questions about that, okay? Throughout this process, we will encourage all students to request courses that offer balance and the appropriate amount of rigor, and select courses that align with their priorities. Right? That's our goal, to meet all of those checkboxes. If you want your child to take a course that is not offered by the school district, so for example, an online course, a summer in-person opportunity, or even creating your own course, those are all options, but you would need to apply for that through our Credit Flex application. And then that policy can be found on page 7 of the course selection guide, and you can read all through that if that is something that, as I'm talking about it, you're interested in and want to learn more. And then through this entire process, I do expect that you will have many questions, and so whatever we do not answer here tonight, please communicate with your student's counselor, and you can grab one of us before we leave tonight, and hopefully we can get all of your questions answered. If you want to take a minute to take out your phone and take a picture of this slide that's up here, you are welcome to do so. But we also will have this presentation posted online following this event, and then we also have a handout with this in the back before you leave. So if you prefer a paper copy, you can grab one on your way out as well. And so this is here, these are our department chairs at the high school. So if you have questions relative to a specific department, these department chairs are available to help you answer questions about our offered courses. Okay. And then, without further ado, we'll talk about Exempted.
Hello everyone, I'm the point person in the office for Exempted. So what is Exempted? Our school district belongs to a consortium of schools in the area, and it's through this consortium that our students are able to access career technical education programs, and there are several of them. So the area high schools all host different programs. What's wonderful about this is that our course offerings really expand and extend beyond our school building. So some of those programs include, and there's over 20 of them, anything from education to digital arts, performing arts, business, healthcare, cosmetology, even the trades. So there's a variety of options available to our students. Just so you are aware, these programs are available for students beginning junior year. Most of the programs take place junior and senior year, so it's a 2-year commitment. Our students spend half of the school day here at Chagrin, and then the other half of the day at one of the other schools. There is one exception to that, and that is the Beechwood Marketing Program that is exclusively just for seniors. Please be aware that an application is required. It's not guaranteed that your student can participate, just because we have to make sure there's an appropriate allotment given across all of the different schools in the consortium. These are the different schools, just to give you an example, who participate in Exempted with us. If you do have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. You can also refer to Mayfield City Schools website. They are sort of the hub for Excel Tech, and there's a lot of information on their website, including YouTube videos to learn more about their programs. Mrs. Hamilton is here to talk a little bit about AP.
All right. Hi, I'm Samantha Hamilton, and I'm one of the counselors at the high school. We just wanted to touch briefly on AP, which stands for the Advanced Placement Program. We're very lucky because we have well over 25 AP courses here at the high school that our students can access. So students always come to us and they ask us, you know, what are AP courses? What does that mean to me? So those are college level courses offered at the high school. And at the end of the school year, your student will take an exam to possibly earn college credit at the end. So typically we're looking at a score of 3 or above to earn college credit, but each school would have its own policy on what will transfer into their schools and what score they need on that assessment at the end of the year. So benefits of taking an AP course. Sorry, I can't see. Students will learn rigorous college level content and skills. When you're looking at the college admissions process, it looks pretty good to have it on your transcript. For a college, they're seeing that you're taking rigorous courses, you're challenging yourself, you're possibly taking courses that are aligned with what you may want to major in college with, so they can really see that you're really diving deep into that content already at the high school level. Each college, I already kind of touched on this, each college has their own policy on what they will accept for credit, what scores they would need. So if you're interested and your student already knows some schools that they may be looking at, you can go to this website and really look at what would be needed to transfer into that school. And we're going to have this posted on our website so that you can access this link. So just some guiding questions to determine, is AP a good choice for me? One thing that we talk to the students most about when we're counseling them is, are you interested in the subject? Are you interested in pursuing this possibly in college or for a future career? And also just balancing their course load. So with well over 25 AP courses, you can't be taking every single AP course we have to offer. So it's important to make sure that you're creating a course load that's manageable for you and really aligns with your interests and your skills. Other resources just for exploring and looking into AP we have posted here, and again we'll post this presentation on our website so that you can access these. We have Mr. Lee here from Cuyahoga Community College, and he's going to talk about CCP that our students can access grades 7 through 12. So we're really lucky to have him here tonight. So thank you for coming.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Mwazu Lee, but a lot of students just call me Mr. Lee because they can't pronounce my first name. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the College Credit Plus program, not just for Tri-C, for all of Lower Ohio. So I represent the East Campus in Highland Hills. That's where the majority of Northeast, on the east side of Ohio, that's where they usually attend. All right, so even though I represent the East Campus, once you are at Tri-C, admitted to Tri-C, you can take classes at any of our 5 campuses. We have classes at Brunswick, obviously the Eastern Campus where I'm from. We also have classes at the Metro, the Western Campus in Parma, and at the West Shore Campus near the lake. All right, so a little bit of a CCP overview. Again, like your counselors have said before, CCP is for 7th through 12th graders. If you are a 6th grader and you are finished 6th grade and you are graduating, you are eligible for that 6th grade graduation that summer in between to be part of the CCP program. So you have to be currently in high school, going into 12th grade to be part of CCP. All right, so what CCP kind of does is you are able to earn college credit and high school credit at the same time. So when you're earning a semester of college credit, that counts as a possible 1 year of English. So if you're taking English at the college for CCP, that counts as 1 full year of English at the high school. Some classes, you might have to talk to your counselor about it, whether or not they are transferable back to the high school or not. But usually the majority of the courses are available to transfer over back to high school. With this program, CCP is covered by the state of Ohio and your school district. So you don't have to pay out of pocket. It is 100% free. There is certain deadlines that you have to meet, paperwork you have to file. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later. But as long as you file the correct paperwork, CCP will be free for your student. Student can choose any courses that apply to certain degrees they want to take or certain classes that will meet high school graduation requirements. So they have access to all our classes. Some of the classes that CCP will not cover will be remedial classes, but most students in CCP are not in remedial classes because they test or their GPA qualifies them for college level courses already. All right. Fifth PE is one thing that we don't cover, and study abroad or religious courses. So if it's a certain religious course that happens to focus on one subject, we can't cover it, but if it's a general religious course, CCP will cover it. Study abroad, we will not cover you guys to study abroad. So last semester we went to France. Unfortunately, CCP will not cover for you guys to go to France for 8 weeks, all right? So that's one thing that we want to be able to cover. All right, CCP benefits. Obviously, you earn college credit for free, and they could possibly transfer back to high school credit as well. You are able to take classes in the summer, fall, and spring for a max of 30 credits, all right? That's how much the state is willing to pay for high school students and middle school students. It's 30 credits. That 30 credits also includes your high school classes as well. So that calculation you must have to do with your high school counselor, and they must see how many extra credits you have left you take at the college, all right? CCP courses are also weighted the same as AP or IB courses. So if you are wanting to take English and an AP English class, or you take English honors English class at Tri-C, it depends on which classes, but the counselor should be able to tell you whether or not you can transfer them or weigh them the same thing as AP. Every high school is different. Every high school has certain rules. So talk to your high school counselor whether or not the classes you want to take at Tri-C also is able to be weighted as the same thing as an AP course. Each college course of 3 or more credits counts as 1 year long high school. Like I said, a lot of students tend to do English composition, and that knocks out 1 full year of English, and that's only 1 semester, which is from the spring or the fall. It knocks out for the full year here at the high school. So it opens up their schedule here at the high school to take certain classes that they wouldn't be able to here. At Tri-C, we have a huge selection of courses. Same thing with Kent State. Kent State is here with us today. They also have a majority of huge selection of courses. At Tri-C, I know we have over 2,000 selections of classes that students can choose from. We have over 200 degree programs in our program list, in our catalog, that students can research and see which one they would like to do. All the classes are advanced college courses. They're challenging, and they're in an environment where it's like in college, basically, where students are engaging with each other. Students are having conversations with the professors. So just make sure your student is prepared for that as well. So why choose CCP? Obviously, at Tri-C, we're here at the East Campus. You know, it's about a 20-minute drive. We offer free bus passes as well to our campuses. We have various teaching formats. We have in-person classes, and then now we have hybrid and online classes. We also have classes here. Tri-C offers classes here at the high school. All right, so that is a conversation you might want to have if you know your student is not going to go to our campus. There's actually classes here at Chagrin where your student can actually take classes here and don't have to leave the high school itself. All right, so that is a conversation you would want to have with your student, and then have a conversation with the counselor if they want to take classes here at the high school or at the Tri-C. Our classes run from the morning, afternoon, and into the night. One class doesn't let out until 10. I don't know if you want your student to be out that late, 10 o'clock in the middle of the night. So just be aware that Tri-C is open all day from 8:30 to around 10 or 11, so that way your student can take classes, especially after high school. They can go to Tri-C at 5 or 6 and take classes at night. Again, we have, once they are a CCP student, I think both here at Tri-C and at Kent, students will have options, have availability to do counseling, tutoring, and the Career Center and Transfer Center. And they should get our RTA pass, like I said, a bus pass, in order to go back and forth from home to school to Tri-C. One great thing is a lot of students will be able to earn their associate's degree. We have 8 students at the moment who is actually graduating with an associate's degree from Tri-C, and they have yet to graduate from high school. So they completed an associate's degree at Tri-C for CCP before they even graduated high school. All right, so that's one thing to think about, how intense you want your student to be part of CCP, or you just want to dip your toes in. It's really up to you guys. Have a conversation with your parents, have a conversation with your students, and have a conversation with your counselors. Yep, so I am the coordinator. I work closely with students and the parents, so if you have any issues at the East Campus, I'm always the point of contact. Again, my name is Mwazuli, and if you call Tri-C and ask for the CCP coordinator, it's always gonna be me on the other end. All right, how to apply for CCP. Now this is the most important part, all right? So our deadline for the intent to participate with the Ohio Department of Education is April 1st of this year, 2024. If you do not file an intent to participate, CCP will not cover, the state of Ohio will not cover the program, the classes that your student wants to take through the CCP program. So if you know you want to be part of CCP, I would suggest talking to your counselor. I believe you guys gave out a form for them as well. So read that form, fill it out, hand it back to your counselors so they can file that form for you guys. If you do not file that form in time, there is no other way around it. It's an Ohio state law. If you don't file in time, we can't do anything about it, all right? Did you have a question back there?
Yes, do you fill only one of those out, or do you have to fill out one of those each year?
So each academic year, you have to file a new one. So our academic year starts summer 24, fall 24, and spring 24, and then spring 25, and summer 25, you gotta file a new one by that deadline. All right, so that's the most important thing, is to file that intent to participate, because if you don't do that, the state of Ohio is not gonna cover those classes, all right? Even at the high school, they're not gonna cover it, all right? So if you're taking classes at the high school, they might not cover it, all right? So always file that if you want to be part of it. Even if you're unsure, I say just do it, because at the end, if you decide you want to do it and you don't have that form filed, you're gonna have to pay out of pocket. Right? So you will still be part of the program, you just gotta pay out of pocket, all right? So that's kind of one thing where we wanna make sure everyone files that intent to participate. So this section is more about homeschool, private school kids. I don't think we have any private school or homeschool kids here today, do we? No, so I'm gonna skip this section, all right? All right, so steps and how to apply to our school. In each individual folder that hopefully you guys picked up outside, all these steps are in there. So the first step is to apply on our website. Make sure when you apply as a College Credit Plus student. A lot of students tend to apply as a new incoming college student. I don't get flagged if you guys are applying as a new college student. Make sure you guys apply as a College Credit Plus student, so then I get a ding on my information. It's like, hey, a student from Chagrin just applied, and I can go in and look and see what's the next step for you guys, all right? And so once you do that, the next step is to talk to your school counselor. They have to send me your transcript. So you have to meet eligibility. The state of Ohio requires a 3.0 from grades 7 through 10, sorry. 3.0 to be to be accepted into the program. If you are an 11th to 12th grader, you can have a 2.75 GPA, and we will still accept you, but when you get placed, you are placed in a remedial course. So we prefer you guys have a 3.0 when you guys do send in transcripts, but if you do not have a 3.0, we can also use your ACT scores, your SAT scores, or you can take our placement exams. As long as you score well enough on our placement exam or on the ACT or SAT scores, we can place you into college level courses. Right. Again, once your transcript is received, placement is required. If you are 11th or 12th grader, we automatically place you in English. All right, so you don't have to test for English. As long as you have a 3.0 or your SAT or SAT scores qualify you, you are all set to go. You don't need to take any English placement. Same thing with math. If you have passed Algebra 2 and with a 3.0 or higher, you can go ahead, we will place you. You don't gotta take the math placement. If you haven't passed Algebra 2 yet, and you want to do math, you have to take a math placement at Tri-C. All right, and once you do that, you'll be accepted into the program, and I will usually email your counselors, your student has been accepted into the program, this is their placement, and this is the next step that they have to do. All right, so that is our website link. If you guys are interested, again, it's in those folders that are out there for Tri-C. So if you guys have a folder, you'll see it there as well. All right, so once you guys are done, this is the authorization to attend form. Your high school counselor has to file this for you. All right, so this form lists the information and courses that you would want to take at Tri-C. It's very important that they file this for you so they know what fits with your schedule and what you can and can't take. So you just don't want to be taking a random class that doesn't meet requirements for your high school graduation, the classes that can't do anything for yourself, your career-wise, academically. So make sure you talk to your high school counselor and have this filled out for you, okay? All right, this is just information on that form. Your Chagrin is the counselors are very good. They fill this out all the time, and it's 100% good, and we never had any issues. So always talk to your counselor. They will fill it out for you, and your information should be correct. All right, so I want to talk about the two very, very different aspects of Tri-C and at the high school. So we offer English here at the high school. So if you want to take English Composition 1 or 2, I believe we do offer here next semester as well and this semester. So if you want to take English and you don't want to leave your high school, you can take it here and it's being taught here. So that way, once you apply, you get this filled out, you get put on a roster, and I can just manually register you for the classes here at Tri-C. All right, and that's very, very easy, convenient for a lot of students, so that way they don't have to worry about going to campus, meeting a different professor, because it's the teachers here that you just, I believe he's here in the back as well. Yeah, so that's everyone, if you turn around, that is the professor that teaches the English section here at Tri-C. All right, so he's here tonight. A lot of the Chagrin students, they do really well in this class, and so I encourage you guys to take the CCP courses here at the high school. All right, so again, there's the high school and then the Tri-C at the campus, so talk to your student, see what they want to do, and talk to the counselor and decide whether or not they want to be here at the high school or want to do classes at Tri-C or do both. All right, but I do recommend here at the high school, it's a lot easier, especially for traveling and anything like that. And once they're done, they can just move on to the next class here at the high school. All right, so this is about textbook ordering. If you ever have issues with textbooks, you're right, so when you contact me, I don't really work in the bookstore, I wouldn't know. There's a flyer in those folders as well, and there's a number at the very bottom. It's 216-987-20270. Her name is Jennifer. She's the bookstore manager, and she can help you guys all out. So if you guys are in the program and you guys have issues with books, ebooks, or anything like that, that's the number to call, and she will be able to sort all that out. All right, so this is the super important section. CCP students can drop the class that they register for. So if you get into CCP and you register for a class, you have 14 days to drop that class with no record, all right? Meaning no penalty. So that means if you drop it within 14 days, it will look as though you never took that class, all right? And on your transcript, on your high school transcripts, it gets permanently deleted. If you miss that 14 days, you either get a W or you have to take a letter grade. And the W and the letter grade stays on your academic transcript forever, right? And it goes also onto your high school transcript as well. So if you get an F in a class, it stays with you throughout your whole college career. So if you want to transfer to Kent State, or you're going to CSU or Ohio State, that F that you took at CCP will follow you to that college, all right? So just be aware. This is very important, all right? So this is not kind of like, oh, you just want to test. This is an actual college level course that follows every student to anywhere they go academically, all right? If you withdraw, make sure you obtain permission from myself to withdraw, and you have to get your parent's signature, your signature, and your high school counselor or middle school counselor signature. All three of us have to approve to allow you to drop from a course, all right? Consequences of dropping a course: if you drop within the 14 days, there are no consequences. If you drop after, again, you get that W grade or the letter grade. Depending on each high school, some high schools do require students to pay that fee if they fail a class or they get a W. I don't know what the rules are here at Chagrin, but yeah, so Chagrin is saying they're not, and yes, so you are, if you fail a class, you are required to pay. One class, like English, is 3 credits. Each credit is worth $125 each. So multiply that by 3, that's how much each credit is worth, how much each class is worth. If you do fail, you will be responsible to pay out of pocket. The state will not pay for it, all right? The school and the state will not pay for that class if you fail, all right? So that's very, very important. Again, because CCP students, a lot of CCP students need the college classes to meet high school requirement, CCP students are not allowed to be waitlisted. So even though the class is full and you want to be waitlisted, unfortunately you cannot be waitlisted like normal college students. You have to get into the class and be registered for the class. You cannot be waitlisted, all right? So just remember that. If you think you can get waitlisted, you cannot, all right? Because you're not gonna get in, all right? Grades are sent halfway through the term to your counselors. You get an S for satisfactory, meaning you have a C or better, and you get a U if you get a D or F in current midway through. And so you will get a report sent to your counselors, so they will know that you are either passing this class or failing this class, all right? You can also pull up this grade in your Tri-C space, what we call it, our system, and the student can also look at it as well. All right, and final grades, again, are reported back to your high school counselors and uploaded onto your student's account. So we do not mail your report cards, we do not give report cards or transcripts to your student or to your parent. It gets emailed to your counselor and uploaded onto your account. All right, so my name is Mwazuli, my name is there. I also have a counterpart named Alicia McTia. So if you ever do call our number or email us and I don't answer, it's usually gonna be Alicia McTia. All right, anyone have questions for me about the CCB program where I can answer? All right, yes. Oh yes, so usually we have that with our orientation once CCP kids are in the program. So we have, it's not a state law, it's a federal law called FERPA. It's called the Family Rights and Protection Act. It was passed in 1974. As a college student, even though your student is a minor, once he or she is in the program, we cannot give you information on that student. So if you want to know what kind of grade your student currently has, the professors, the school administrators, we cannot give you that information. We can only give you that information to the student. If you want to know where your student is on campus and you call us, we cannot tell you where they are. So your student is now treated as a college student. He or she is protected by federal law. All right, they are seen as an adult on campus, and we treat everyone the same. So if you are like a helicopter parent and you want to know everything about your son or daughter, unfortunately we can't give out information. So now there is a thing on your student's account where you can, if they let you, now that's the key word, if they let you, all right? If they say no, we can't force your student to let you be in that section. If they let you, you can fill out paperwork in our formation that puts your name and your phone number and your email in there. So if you do call us or email us and we see that you're in that section, we can give you that information. But again, if they say no and they don't want you to be part of that, unfortunately, we at Tri-C cannot force them to give out information to you guys. All right, so just be aware. I know a lot of parents want to be hands-on and talk to professors and see how their kid is doing. Unfortunately, once they're in the program, we treat them like college students. And professors won't know that your child is a CCP student. When they see your child, they think, oh, you're a normal college student, and that's how the professor's gonna treat them. All right, so it's up to this child or the student to say to the professor, hey, I'm a CCP student, this is what's going on, and this is who I am. They can if they want to, but they're not required to, and the professor won't know unless the student actually tells the professor or tells anyone on campus that they are a high school student doing CCP. All right, any other questions? Yes?
I just have a question about the English class that's taught on campus.
Mm-hmm.
So is it still like one semester equals a whole year?
Correct. So the first English composition will be in the spring, or sorry, in the fall, and then once students pass that, the second composition class is in the spring. So that's usually how it works, and it takes, so you basically knock out 2 years of English in 1 year, basically. Yeah, any other questions? Yes.
Is that the only CCP course that's offered here at the high school?
I believe this year, are we offering any other next year?
It's all in English.
It's all English here at Chagrin, yes. Any other question you guys might have for me? No, we're good? All right, so again, I am Tri-C. We also have Kent State out here. If you don't want to do Tri-C, Kent State is here as well. They have a wonderful CCP program. They offer the exact same courses. You know, our schools, our credits transfer to all the public schools here in Ohio. You know, if you take classes here as Kent or Tri-C or CSU, we all transfer within each other. All right? All right, guys, have a good night. All right, it was very nice to see you all.
I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight and just remind you that we are available for a few minutes afterwards if you have any specific questions about your child or decisions that you're thinking about and batting around in your mind. So thank you again for your time, and we'll stick around for a few minutes in the lobby afterwards. Take care.